Okay, so when you think robot, what comes to mind? Probably something straight out of a movie, right? Well, let's just forget all that for a second. The real robot revolution, it isn't about walking, talking companions. It's happening right now on a scale that's kind of hard to wrap your head around in places you probably don't even see. So let's cut through the Hollywood hype, get to the industrial hardware, and find out what the future of robotics actually looks like today.
Yeah, this is what we all picture, isn't it? Some sleek, humanoid assistant just helping out around the house. But the reality, where robotics is truly changing the world, it looks a lot more like this. A powerful, tireless, and unbelievably precise industrial arm. Look, it's not going to win any sci-fi beauty contests, but let me tell you, this is the real workhorse of our modern economy.
And the sheer scale of this, it's just staggering. I mean, get this. The International Federation of Robotics says that we've been installing over 500,000, that's 500,000 new industrial robots every single year for the past 4 years straight. This is not some niche tech anymore. We're talking about a global industrial backbone, and it is growing at an absolutely incredible pace.
So yeah, the true robot revolution, it isn't happening in your living room. Not yet anyway. It's happening right now, on the floors of factories, in massive warehouses, and in heavy industry. You know, these are the places where robots are making the biggest splash, just cranking up productivity, quality, and even safety. Okay, but what's the secret sauce here? What's turning these already powerful machines into total game changers? Well, the answer is artificial intelligence. You can think of AI as the critical upgrade. It's the brain for the brawn, and it's what's making these robots smarter, way more flexible, and more autonomous. So, how does this AI upgrade actually work in practice? Well, think about it like this. The early robots, they were pretty simple, just programmed to do the same exact thing over and over and over. But with AI, everything changes. Now they can actually sense what's around them with cameras and sensors. They can learn from tons of data to get better at their jobs. And the really crucial part, they can adapt what they're doing in real time. They're literally evolving from just being tools into being true partners.
And this new brain power, this new intelligence, is letting these robots break free from their traditional factory cages. They're starting to tackle really complex jobs in a whole bunch of new fields, moving into places that are way more dynamic and, frankly, a lot more unpredictable. Okay, let's take logistics, for example. If you could peek inside a modern fulfillment center, you'd see it's not just people rushing around anymore. It's more like this complex dance with hundreds, sometimes thousands of these autonomous mobile robots, AMRs for short. They're just zipping around these enormous warehouses, sorting packages, moving goods around with an efficiency that's just mind-blowing. And the impact here is totally concrete. This kind of automation, it slashes errors when picking orders, it lets them sort parcels at speeds no human could ever match. So what's the result? A massive boost in throughput for the whole supply chain. That means you get your stuff faster and more accurately than ever before. Simple as that. Now, this impact becomes literally life-changing when we start talking about healthcare. These AI-assisted surgical systems are quickly becoming a new standard of care. I mean, one analysis found they can improve surgical precision by a whopping 40%. But what does a number like that actually mean for a real person, for a patient? Well, it means fewer complications during surgery, it means smaller incisions, and it means a much faster recovery. And it's not just indoors. Out in the fields, robotics is driving this whole revolution called precision agriculture. You've got drones with super advanced sensors flying over crops, basically giving them a health checkup from the sky. And then you have autonomous tractors that can put water or fertilizer exactly where it's needed, and nowhere else. This boosts yields and makes the whole process of farming way more sustainable. Okay, so if these robots are so amazing and the impact is so obvious, what gives? Why aren't they just everywhere yet? Well, it turns out there are still some pretty significant hurdles between where we are now and that fully automated future we keep hearing about. Let's just frame it with a really simple, everyday question. Why isn't a robot folding your laundry? Seriously. It sounds like such a simple task, right? But it actually captures the challenges perfectly. Think about it. You're dealing with soft, limp, unpredictable things in a cluttered, always changing environment. For a robot that's built for structure and predictability, that is a complete nightmare scenario. Yeah, that whole laundry problem really shines a light on a whole range of challenges. On the technical side, we're still fighting with things like limited battery life and just the sheer difficulty of making a robot that can handle messy, real-world stuff without breaking.
Then you've got the economic hurdles. The upfront cost for these systems is still huge, and trying to plug them into how companies already work is incredibly complex. And then, of course, you have the really big ethical and societal questions. What do we do about jobs? Who's to blame when a fully autonomous system messes up? These are the really tough questions that are slowing down widespread adoption. But the good news is researchers are tackling all of these problems head on. So let's take a look at some of the cool innovations that are paving the way for the next generation of robots. There are 3 future trends that I think are really exciting. First up is soft robotics. So just picture robots made out of flexible, squishy materials. They could gently pick up a piece of fruit or work right next to a person without any danger. Second, there's a huge focus on human-robot collaboration. We're talking about cobots, collaborative robots, that are designed to be a human's teammate. Maybe it holds a heavy part steady while a person does the delicate work. And finally, there's swarm intelligence. Imagine hundreds of tiny, simple robots working together, coordinating to do something complex, like searching a disaster area, way more effectively than one big clunky machine ever could. So here's the real takeaway. The technology is just moving at an incredible speed. And that shift from robots being just simple tools to becoming collaborative teammates, that's already happening. And this brings up a really fundamental question that's way bigger than just engineering. It's not just about what the robots can do anymore. The real question is about what we will do. As they keep evolving, are we, as a society, really ready to change right along with them?